Well, Bernie Sanders is back to remind us all that healthcare is a fundamental human right. Now, I used to think that maybe Bernie Sanders was just ignorant with respect to what a fundamental human right was, but now I know, no, he's just a liar. He's lying about this, and here's how I know. If I were to go to Senator Sanders and I were to say, Bernie, I have a fundamental right to keep and bear arms. Therefore, I expect the government to provide me said arms at taxpayer expense. I have no doubt that he would be like, well, Nicholas, that is not what a fundamental right is. It does not obligate your neighbor to pay for your guns. Really? Is it? Wait a second. You're telling me my fundamental right to keep and bear arms, just like my fundamental right to freedom of speech or freedom of religion or freedom of the press, doesn't obligate my neighbors to subsidize my rights? Huh. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that you can't have a fundamental right to the labor or property of somebody else, because that would essentially enslave that person to your needs, wants, and desires. But wait, that begs the question, what is healthcare? Oh, healthcare is a series of goods and services, or another way of putting it, it's a series of property and labor. So you can't have a fundamental right to it. Now, why do you keep using this term? Well, because if you were trying to sell people on what you actually wanted, which was a political takeover of the healthcare industry, you would have to convince people that the thing that will make healthcare more effective, more efficient, more affordable, and more accessible is putting a bunch of politicians and bureaucrats in charge of it. And something tells me you're not going to be able to sell people on that. So, like I said, you're not confused. He's just lying.